Hey, squirrel, get out of the kern. It's my kern. All the enchanted forest critters keep thinking they get their share too. Hello. So early this morning, Jeff raked his alfalfa over here. You can see it's not the biggest or the widest windrows, but it should be better than last year. I don't remember our first cutting last year, but our second cutting was about 7, and our third cutting was about 5 bales off this piece of alfalfa. And so I'm thinking this one will probably be about 10, better than last year. Yeah, that stuff is pretty moist. It's good to rake it early when it has that moisture, then you're not beating the leaves off it. But we don't want to bale it like that. That's going to make for some bad bales, get some heating going on. Going to be an hour at least. And then we'll come back later with the baler, bale this up. And then we're headed over to where the deer stand is. Grass over there. Dad and I will be raking and baling that later this afternoon. We're up kind of on top of the baler here. And these rollers sometimes collect net wrap. You can see there's some in there. And so once they start collecting, they often catch more and more. And then, you know, the stuff that's right here was supposed to be on a bale. So you end up with ugly bales, you know, chunks missing and just kind of falling apart. So it's actually pretty cool this morning, and I got some time, so we're gonna cut that off. Look, there's quite a bit right there. It's a lot better doing this right here instead of in the field. Oh, gotcha. Not terrible. We've had it before where it was multiple rollers, way more than that, and Dad and I were up there just cutting in 90-degree heat, uphill both ways. I think I said about 10 bales.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
I'll go with 14.
Not 11?
No.
You jackwagon? He always does that. Makes me go first and then chooses one above or one under.
Whoever's closest. Yeah.
I don't know about anywhere else, but that's probably not too dry. This stuff's so wet it's still growing. Jeff was jamming. Bring this rake home. That alfalfa is wetter than we thought it'd be. And so if we wait until it's dry enough, then the leaves are probably going to be too dry. And we'll be losing a bunch of them. So we're kind of thinking we let it dry all day today. And then when it gets a little bit more moisture back into it overnight, we'll bale it tomorrow morning. That alfalfa, she's fickle. So the field we're in is just a little sliver in between a bunch of our crop ground. This is some of the first land Dad bought, and we got beans all the way around this. This is where we do most of our deer hunting. Got a half-mile long tree belt, and then a little circle of trees over there. Road grader down there. So right here you can see a big wheel track. This field is full of them, badger holes, fox holes. It's one of the bumpiest fields we got. I'm not looking forward to this, but here we go. You think there's some deer in there? I bet you there are. A whole flock of them. Dad's eating a quick late breakfast or early lunch, whatever you want to call it. It's about 10 o'clock. And then he'll be headed over here, start baling. Oh! Oh, Lord! Jiminy crickets. I gotta get some bungee cords to hold me to my seat. Oh, that hawk just caught a mouse. Bad day to be a mouse. There's one time I was driving down a road over there. It was pretty dark, but I was driving between two fields of trees, and this big hawk came down and grabbed this little bunny. It took all that hawk had to get just like 2 feet off the ground. It was not able to get up very high. Needed a couple more horsepower. So this is our last field of grass, besides one that we have that is surrounded by a bunch of our beans and fences, and so we can't get to it until after harvest. So that hay gets a little rank, but you know, it's grinding hay and we need all we can have. So besides that, the windrower just needs to cut third cutting of alfalfa in about close to a month, and then haying season will be over. You better drink these last haying videos up because we're getting to the end of it. Oh my, oh my. A sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle would fulfill me. It would lift me into heaven right now. The warm, syrupy goodness. The last 2 years we've made videos while we were deer hunting, and this year I actually got my deer right in this area. It walked from the corner of those trees down to this one and started just trotting across, and Tiffany and I were standing right there. There's video of it. If you check out Sonne Farms deer hunting, you'll probably find it. There's this ditch in here and it cuts things in pieces, so you gotta put multiple end rows, and then there's that deer stand you gotta cut around. And pretty much by the end of this, I get a headache because I have to think so much. You ever think so much you get a headache? No? Just the stupid people? Well, it happens. It's ridiculous out here. It's like, where do I go? Should I turn left? And there's only 3 right there, so you know I'm gonna rake 2 together and there's just 1 left, and then it's like, it's a headache. When we were kids and we'd be acting up, my dad would threaten that we're gonna have to drive this thing to school. I think we'd be Flintstone in our way. The old family jalopy. Oh, it's got a trunk. I wonder if there's anything in there. Oh, man. Corn stalks. You can see how matted down it is. I bet you there's a critter that's hid under there a few times. We just got some end rows left, though half this field about is end rows, because it's all wanky. Dad's on his way here pretty soon. Get her done before it gets hot. Looks like that one got the slappy. The slappy from the Jeff. There he is. Whew, that bale is bouncing. So we got just this little corner left and some more end rows, and we'll be out of here. We are out of here. See that thing? Oh my. It's like a snake with legs.
Hey guys, I'm sure Cole's been talking to you as he's been raking this field on what we call shays. A fellow by the name of Warren Shea owned it before me. He lived just up the road at the quarter next to this. And I just got to thinking while I was out here, this is the 41st year that I've put up hay on this ground, and you know, time just flies by so quickly. I can't believe that I've farmed that many years already. There's a lot of talk, you know, about you get 40 years of farming, and here I am in my 41st already, and I'm not 60 yet till next week, and so maybe I can squeeze 45 out, who knows. But anyway, I've been thinking about the song of the day, and you know, summertime just wouldn't be the same without a little Leonard Skinner Freebird. I've been kind of saving that up for a hot sunny day, and you know, street dances, when they play that, the band or the crowd really gets into it, and it's kind of a long song and kind of a real fun song too. So a good beat, and that's your song of the day. This is the worst spot down here. It gets hay built up. There's a drive chain here, but there's a small one behind there, and it's always running right in dry hay, so I don't like that, so I clean it up every time after I get done.
We got 29 grass hay bales off that field. Not the greatest, but we'll take the feed. So we've been done haying for a good hour or so. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes we sit on the couch for a while, but now it's time to make the rounds. We're gonna go to Jeff's, look at that alfalfa, measure some gate holes, go to Starless Station. We don't work all the time, just most of the time. It's pretty humid. It's humid out here. What's that one? It's like Ace Ventura.
Now it's ready.
Woo!
Now we need is humidity.
We got the crumbles.
I'm talking over here.
I just got an email. It says the alfalfa is crumbly.
So now it's dry, and then we let the humidity.
So we let it get wet again.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a different kind of wet.
Moist?
It's a moist wet. It's not a not cured wet. It's a hay is tough wet, and then it'll keep. Won't heat, but we won't lose the leaves.
You buy those sunglasses when you were 12?
I am Neo from, what is that called? Neo? The John Wick guy in the Neo show. I got the small sunglasses. Well, delete this part if it's so bad. How come you get the big sunglasses with the tiny face and I got the big face and the tiny?
I don't have a tiny face.
Oh, well, so here's my choices. I can be a real bonehead with these things, or I can use my safety glasses, which I should have the whole time, or I got the tiny Neo glasses, you know, so leave me alone, Cole. Bullying is not cool.
Okay, take the dumb end and put it right up against that pole.
This pole?
No, that one.
Wait, if we're gonna measure from that way, that tape goes that way, we gotta use this tape for this way. Okay, this one goes the other way. Okay. Because that one just goes that way and this one goes, yeah. So would use that one? Then I got that one here. See what I'm saying?
Get out of here. Okay. Yeah, longest gate's 13.3, that's not bad. Interstate batteries are sold here.
I did not know that.
We got the dual mowage. Now we're having fun. Now we're farming right here. What is this, 500 foot of hose? Holy smokes. Been pretty hot the rest of the day, so we haven't done too much, but now the sun's finally going down, so get some of this metal cut. I'm gonna weld up one of the gates that we measured for earlier. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. There's about 0 degrees. Burning up in here. It's not every time you get that perfect the first shot. I mean, for me, most of the time it is, but maybe not for you. I'm just kidding. It's warm, I'm sweating, but the worst thing is the mosquitoes. I went together so well, I think I'll do another one. We gotta make 4 gates, weld them up over at Jeff's. This one is just short of 13 foot. There's 2 about 13, and then there's one that's like 13.3. So they're not too long. When I start getting past 14, I'm like, a cow hops on one end of it, takes it for a ride. That won't be good. You think it'll be tall enough? Another foot off the ground, be this tall? Should be plenty. And that's how you square it up. Now, it makes a lot more sense when you actually have a bottom piece on it. Like if you're doing a frame of some sort with all 4 sides. I'm just trying to get it somewhat close. And I think it's pretty good. So 2 of the gates are all framed up. And over here, I got all the hinges cut up. I got enough hinges for 6 gates for some reason. I was a cutting machine that day. And then also, you didn't see me cut any of these side pieces because I did that about a week ago. They're all laying right there, enough for 6 gates. Kind of a bummer we didn't get to bale that alfalfa. It was just too wet, and then it got too dry. There was a time there where it would have been okay. The top would have been too dry and the bottom would have been too wet. And so we're hoping just as the sun goes down, it's really humid out. That's why I'm sweating so much. And that brass, tomorrow, earlier in the morning, should be a time where it's pretty decent conditions to bale that alfalfa. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love to see you next time. Have a good one. There's my water. Refreshing.